WGOP. What's going on, Pittsburgh? New Horizon Theater Incorporated brings in the music group The Spinners into the city of Pittsburgh, and we sit down for an exclusive interview with the group.
How you doing? My name is Keith Patterson. I sing second tenor for the Spinners.
Hi, I don't sing with the Spinners at all, but I'm here. I am C.J. Jefferson.
Hi, I'm Jessie PECK. I'm the bass singer and spokesperson for the Mighty Mighty Spinners.
Hello, I'm Ronnie Moss. I'm the tenor in the group.
And he sings bass too.
Can't you tell?
So, since you worked with all the Spinners, can you tell me the experience that you had working with all the original guys?
Well, I wouldn't say all the original guys, but working with Bobby and Henry, it was a surreal experience. I appreciated and benefited from their tutelage while they were still amongst us in the group. Everything they taught me and the principles of being a spinner, what that means, the level of commitment, always perfecting your craft, practicing, rehearsing, making sure that we give the audience the very best we can night after night. It was amazing. It was wonderful, and I learned a lot working, performing alongside the original Spinners.
So all four of these guys are really talented. You could have done anything, went with any group. Why the Spinners?
The Spinners was, in my household, one of the household bands that were played on the radio all the time, on the record all the time in my house. So for me to come up and now be singing with them, that's how I know God is real.
It's funny with me. It was kind of weird. I came from a Temptation family. So being the godson of Dennis Edwards, I was taught a lot of the things that Jessie was taught in a different time, a different place. So by the time when I did meet Henry and had my audition, it's crazy because some of the songs that the Spinners do, I didn't even know they did. So when they gave me the list to do the songs, I was like, oh wow, they do this too? Oh wow, this too? So it just intrigued me more to get into it, and I was ready to get down. So being in this group, knowing what I knew before, it was extra for me. It was just an extra bonus.
It was fate that led me to become a spinner. The first concert I saw as a young boy was a Spinner concert, and it was at that moment when Purvis did the famous line, 12:45. I looked at my parents and said, Mom and Dad, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And out of the mouth of babes, I had no idea that not only would I be singing and performing, but I would be performing with the very group that first influenced me, the group that I first saw, my very first concert. So I call it fate. I thank God for it. You know, this was destined to be.
Yeah, I can kind of piggyback off what Jessie said, because I had offers from several groups, Kool and the Gang, different groups, and but it was always something that didn't work. And I got to a point to where I just started working by myself, and then I get this call, and long story short, it was like, I really don't have time to play games, so is this real, you know?
Right.
And then I spoke with Henry, and he's been a big brother to me, like these guys, and he taught me a whole lot, and I performed with him for 12 years.
I'll be your big brother. Yes, I'll take that. I'll be your big brother.
So this might not be a question you might be able to answer, but I gotta ask, what's your favorite songs?
Since I've been performing with the guys, the song that I didn't think would be my favorite is my favorite. It's Cupid.
Okay.
I love Cupid. I love how we perform. That's the energy. I love that song. I love that song.
That's the same for me. Only because we get to make it our own.
Yeah, I love that song.
We make it our own. And it's, Spinners always done it that way, but then we come along and new school, kind of modernize it and do some other things. So yeah, that's my favorite because we kind of wild out. That's where we kind of open the gate and just go.
I never have an answer to that question. I love all the songs, but if I have to pick one, I'll pick Rubber Band Man because it's the finale of the show. It's where the show reaches its climax, its peak. When we pull out the giant rubber bands and the room goes completely black, the strobe light comes on, it's the 70s all over again, the crowd's erupting. If I had to pick one song, it would be Rubber Band Man.
Okay.
Same thing, but I think my favorite is Could It Be I'm Falling in Love.
My last question, if there's something that you guys would say to the youth of America today to encourage and motivate them to be better, do better, what would you guys tell them?
Never stop dreaming. Never give up. Keep God first and go for what you know.
I'll say just stay consistent. If you're a writer, write no matter what. If it's a poem, anything, always write. I'm a writer, so every day I'm writing at least 3 or 4 lines of something, whether it's on my phone. Just stay consistent. This business is always changing. The music is changing. The style of the music is always changing. Just stay consistent and true to yourself.
I would say to the young people from the scriptures, as a man thinketh, so is he. We move towards our current most dominant thoughts. So focus in your mind first on what it is you want to become. Let no one deter you. Let no one tell you it can't happen. Always believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. The sky is the limit. Fulfill your dreams. The destiny is yours to fulfill.
Exactly. I always say, reach for knowledge, and whatever it is that you want to do, just make sure that you know the knowledge of it first.
Right on.
And be ready, because here's the thing. We leave at 3 or 4 in the morning. And I tell people all the time, this is not for everybody.
Yeah.
We get up at 4 in the morning, we do a show the next day, like 8 hours later, and then leave again and do it again. Sometimes we hang out, sometimes we don't. But if you're not ready to get up in the morning, do not get in this business.
Boys and girls, I am a true testament of what this man says.
And sometimes
be careful of what you ask God for, because he just might give it to you.
And sometimes you don't get to sleep at all.
You don't get to sleep at all.
So.
And listen, it's old school, but it's real. Here's the thing. The show must go on. Why? Because when those people buy tickets, they don't care about your voice. They don't care about your hip hurting, your feet hurting,
your personal
problems.
problems.
They don't care. So the show must go on. I want one thing today. We had a great. I'm gonna end it right here. The dopest thing today was the writer of "Could It Be I'm Falling in Love" walked in this building and came to us and said, "Hey, I'm the writer of Could It Be," and that blew me away. I don't know. That was it for me. That was my highlight for the week.
I'd like to thank Keith, CJ, Jesse, and Ronnie for taking the time out to do this interview after the concert.